Hello y'all, it's 4:30 a.m. I'm about to go into the field. I'm Andrew, an REU with the Dauphin Island Sea Lab. I work in the Baker Lab, and today I'll be showing you a day in my life as an REU. So come join me.
I started my morning off with the truck and boat prep. Here you can see me filling up the ice chest and the water cooler. While I was doing this, others in the field crew were moving all the equipment we needed from the lab. Today, we're going to Baila Battery, which is a small fishing town on the coast of Mobile, to do some work at the backside of the Little Bay Salt Marsh. While we drive there, I'll give you a little background on my project. So I work in the salt marshes around Mobile Bay and Dauphin Island. Here I set dissolved oxygen, or DO as I'll refer to it from now on, loggers into the marsh to monitor the oxygen gradient from flooded marsh vegetation to open water habitat. Currently, certain studies have determined that many aquatic species predominantly inhabit the edge of marsh vegetation rather than further into the flooded marsh, and my plan is to understand the why.
We've made it out onto the marsh. It's been some nice weather. We've got out here right at sunrise, and it's going to be a good day. Right now we're going to be setting up DO loggers and be taking benthic in fauna samples. Benthic in fauna being any organisms in the soil or in the sediment. These DO loggers are going to stay out here for around 48 hours or 2 days to collect data, and then we're going to be back to recollect these. Yeah, it's going to be a fun day.
Here, we're setting our DO loggers. We're using the transect tape to measure out 10 meters into the marsh. Then we place our DO loggers at 10 meters, 5 meters, and 1 meter into the marsh vegetation. And then you can't see it here, but we then place the other 3 loggers, 1 meter, 5 meter, and 10 meters into the open water. We then push the DO logger into the water until the bottom of its sensor is 5 centimeters from the top of the sediment. We then walk through with an RTK, or real-time kinematic. This instrument makes some seriously accurate GPS waypoints of where our loggers are. We walk through with the RTK twice. The first time, we mark a waypoint at each individual logger, and the second time, as you can see me doing here, we take many waypoints across the entire gradient to get a full RTK profile. Then we take benthic in fauna samples. Benthic in fauna sampling involves taking a core of sediment using PVC. This sediment core is then placed into a sieve, and all the sediment is sieved out, leaving only the organic material left. Everything in the sieve is scooped into a labeled jar. At each DO logger, we take 2 sediment cores, so by the end of the entire gradient, we have 12 jars of benthic in fauna samples. The jars are stored in a cooler. After we finished up our last in fauna sample, we headed back. On our way back, a pod of dolphins swam with us for a moment, and we reacted reasonably.
That is a crazy shot. I just got that. That's crazy.
To wrap up my day, I power washed the boat, parked it back in the boat lot, and prepared the in-fauna cores for later identification. Here I'm labeling each jar with the respective site name, date, and DO logger, and filled each with a mixture of rose bengal. These chemicals stain the in-fauna red for easier visibility.
My field work is done. My field day is done. It's 1 p.m., so it was a bit of a longer day, but I got off early and I get to take it easy for the rest of the day. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you for watching.